Welcome to Black Hole Songs, everybody. Alright, I'm gonna pull Mike in first.
Alright. Alright, Gaming Mike, are you with me?
Hello.
Hey Mike, you got me?
Hi. Yep, got you loud and clear. How's it going?
Awesome, man. That was absolutely terrible. I'm not sure what even would have happened.
It's all good. You got it up and running now? Stream's going?
Yeah, the stream is definitely going, but I have no idea what happened there. Hey Squirrel, what's going on? Thanks for joining what's left of this terrible stream. I want to say hello to Richard Huntington too, who also joined us. What a catastrophe. We've been practicing this for 2 solid weeks, and it all falls apart.
Streamer life, baby.
It is. Anyway, I don't even know what people heard. I have no idea.
Probably nothing. Honestly, I don't even think music was playing.
No, music was definitely playing, but you know what? I'm not even going to go back. Let's just press on. So let's just keep going. So the first thing I want to... Yeah, onward. So the first thing I want to do is say a huge thank you to Gaming Mike. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. I want to say a huge thank you to Gaming Mike because when we first started the Black Hole Suns project, Gaming Mike was literally the only person in the known universe, even unknown universes, streaming videos about the Black Hole Suns project, showing people how to map black holes, encouraging them to join the project and contribute data. He did a tutorial video on how to use the distance and ride calculator that I showed you here earlier a few seconds ago or a few minutes ago. So Mike, if I haven't said it already, I'm saying it here in our first catastrophic stream. Thanks again for everything you did for us, because it was a huge help and a bolster to the project itself.
Absolutely. Well, I'd also like to add that, we were working on the initial beginnings of the project with the spreadsheet, and it was both of our first times working on anything like this, and then we kind of hit a roadblock, and then Mike came in and said, no, you just do this, and instantly the potential of the project just skyrocketed. So thank you so much, Mike.
Well, the way I remember it going down is there was you guys, there was me and the Geknip gang, and I had a couple of other guys sort of interested with me there in the black hole stuff, and then there was like one other faction somewhere, and I'm not sure who it was. I think they eventually ended up in the Black Hole Suns, but we all sort of clued in at the same time that the black holes were static so we can map them, and we all started making spreadsheets. And then I found out about your spreadsheet and started talking with you guys about it, and then it was you guys who cracked the math on it. I hadn't even started to try. That's where I was going to go with it, but I hadn't even begun to crack the math, and you guys blew it wide open and got the map working and the actual calculations working. That was the real whole point of the data collection. So it was all right, these guys got it, and these guys got it. Everybody put your data here. I started pointing the Geknip gang all towards it, because that was it. You guys cracked that nut, and the tree that has grown from it is massive. It's amazing.
You know what really happened, and I'm glad you brought up the Geknip gang, because that using your guys' data, especially Itchy's data, is what. Oh man,
major props to Itchy the Nomad.
Yeah, I mean, Itchy, if you're listening, if you didn't put your data in Mike's original spreadsheet, and then I stole it and put it in ours, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean,
it was collaborative.
It was being shared. It was being.
Yeah, exactly. And but without that, because we were sitting at, we were excited when we had 100 entries.
Yeah, that was getting good then.
Yeah, that's when we were like, okay, we might actually have something here. And now we're at, what's that say,
23,798.
23,000 now? Jeez.
A little bit more than 100.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, all 23,798 of those are going to be A-OK, come Wednesday night, or that all number is going to be like 0.
Yeah, but you know what? If it goes to 0, we're going to have that data back in half the time or less.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I believe that. I believe that. As long as everyone still believes in us after this catastrophic opening to this stream.
I believe. I'm clapping my hands. Tinkerbell's not going to die.
That's awesome. So let's
So
before
Squirrel
we go any
says
further on that.
Squirrel says on Twitch, if it goes back to 0, I'm doubling my time to find those black holes.
That's the spirit. That's exactly how we feel.
There you go.
Squirrel's
the community will
Exactly.
Yes, Squirrel's a soldier, definitely. So I think you guys are right. I think if we are forced to take that down to 0, we can rebuild pretty quickly, or at least quicker than we did the first time around. But
absolutely.
I mean, there's really one main characteristic that we'll talk about later on, because I have a list of questions here that I want to ask you and KJ, PC, and everyone else on the panel, if you will. But I think the main factor that could drive that number back down to 0 is if Hello Games changes the exit points of black holes for some reason. And there is a reason to do that, and we're going to get into that later on in the show.
Yeah, let's hold off on that.
Yeah. But
I put in Mike's streaming channel link, because Mike, you absolutely deserve the views. I put that into all the chats.
Well, and a quick mention to everybody watching on Gaming Mike's channel, be sure to check out blackholesuns.com. They've got links to all their channels there. Help them get their subs up tonight. They're just starting this channel out to help showcase these tools that you're going to see tonight. So help them out with those subs and follows.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, what we want to do is, as I mentioned during the intro, if it was heard, and I'm not sure, we want to publish a series of tutorial videos and explainers, but only focusing on open space navigation, and fast travel in No Man's Sky. So, you know, a lot of people have used the terms NASA or SpaceX when it comes to the Black Hole Suns project. So we're going to adopt that terminology, if you will, and we just really want to serve as the open space or fast travel or galactic research resource for the No Man's Sky community. I think there are going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 million videos getting published about how to milk an animal or a creature in No Man's Sky Beyond.
Yep.
So we're not going to be in the milking business. First of all, I'm lactose intolerant, so that's a non-starter.
Out of here with that nonsense.
But I think that there are going to be plenty of videos on, you know, the multiplayer aspects of No Man's Sky Beyond, obviously, and all the, I mean, we're talking about 250 or more. I mean, the next release had 250 bullet points, if you will.
It was 250?
Yeah,
Next
it's going to be
yeah.
at least like 500 on the next
And
one. Guys, on
heard-
that note, listen, before we go any further, well, I have 2 points. First, I want to say, after the update, we are going to milk any long-distance data through black holes.
I've heard Milky Way jokes over the last 48
that's
hours.
a good one. That's
Yeah.
The milk jokes are the best thing about this update so far to me. It's just so many milk jokes everywhere.
You know they crack up about it, you know, in their studio, and that's why.
I've spent some
He does
time wondering
censor
if
so
they
much.
thought that mentioning milking animals was going to get the response it did. I don't know if they expected that or not.
No,
It's hard to
it has
expect
to be
that
a
kind of-
joke. It has to be a joke. Hey guys, I'm going to pull KJ in, all right?
All right, great. And while you're doing that, I want to say thanks to Mike Young for subscribing. I really do appreciate that. I mean, we're just starting out tonight, and the first 10 minutes were, you know, a catastrophic nightmare, but hopefully we can recover and get a couple more people to join us tonight. By the way,
Husker, I promise you it gets easier every time.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it better get easier, because I'm going to be doing this on Wednesday again, trying to figure out how fast travel works after my Beyond updates. to my
Yeah,
PC.
we're gonna run through that and see what actually happens with the black holes, and hopefully it's a short one.
Yeah, so depending on when the update hits my machine, I'm going to be on, the intertubes streaming nothing but navigational testing on Wednesday and testing the new galactic map. I'm going to be testing both in multiplayer mode and single mode and sharing the results, live on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. So the other thing
nice. I want to see what they've done to the galactic map, man. I'm so curious. I'm so curious.
Same here. So why don't we say hello to KJ PC Gaming real quick? Hey, KJ.
Hi, everyone. It's Karen from KJ PC Gaming. How's it going tonight?
Hey, KJ, good to see
Hi,
you.
KJ.
It's going better now. I was like, where is everybody? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell A-Rock I was starting. That'll do it.
You know, the number one thing that I tell people in my permadeath tutorial is stay calm and solve one problem at a time.
That's right. That's right.
You're absolutely right. So thank you so much for joining us. And I do want to say before we take one more step that what's up, Sword? What's up, Ivy Mike? Thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to have you guys joining us tonight on our maiden voyage. Thanks for the subscription, Ivy Mike. You're a rock star, man. I appreciate that. I was going to say, KJ, that your tutorial video on how to get started in permadeath, that's like the video that's at the top of my link list.
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's fantastic because my first foray into permadeath was it was scary, it was stressful, and it was short.
Hey, wait, that's exactly how it should be.
There's a lot of people that contributed to the knowledge in that video, and one of them is on the stream with us right now, and that's Gaming Mike. And Nick JT84 and I did some science together, and a lot of that's in the video. Just a lot of people, Ivy Mike, Mr. Duty Dude, tons of people.
Oh, shout out to Mr. Duty Dude. He's fantastic.
Did I not think of that player name? I'm mad now.
He's my number 2.
Mr. Duty Dude deserves that name. It belongs to nobody but him.
We were on stream with Mr. Duty Dude just about 1 month ago, and we were joking around with Captain Steve from NMSA about milking Diplos. And we had obviously no idea that it was in the update.
Wow.
So,
that's funny.
Thank you for the follow, Richard Huntington. Thank you for joining the stream. Last Days on Earth 72. Also, thank you to Toker88 for coming on board. We thank you guys so much. I mean, there are so many people, so many great content creators out there, and to think for 1 second that you guys have given us your time tonight on our maiden voyage means the world to us. So I'm gonna
you guys popping in is like, having the group around and we smash the champagne on the side of the spaceship.
Yep, I put a hole in it too, by the way.
Bash a bottle.
Yeah.
I put a hole in the ship in the first 10 minutes, but hopefully we'll survive.
If it wasn't for all of you guys, we would not be here. We would not. The project would not be as big and as successful as it is now.
Yeah.
So thank you all.
Yeah, the distance and route calculator that I was showing earlier, the only reason that thing works is because of the 334 volunteers that locked elbows and populated the database with the black hole data. And I've got a wild statistic for you guys. Thank you so much, Bradish V, for following us as well. I have a wild statistic for you guys. Of the 27,000 or so black holes in the database, we're talking less than 100 errors. Can you believe that?
That's incredible. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Data nerds love data, so they don't make mistakes with it.
Thanks, I Am Skrill, for the subscribe as well. Thank you so much. This is incredible. We're going to have like maybe 20 subscribers at the end of all this. This is fantastic.
And on that note, now that you mention how many we have, I'd like to take this opportunity to highlight the one of the most prolific black hole mappers that we have, Xenu.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Xenu? Welcome aboard. Well, we were just talking about how many entries we have in the database, and basically at one point, what was it, like 40% of it was all you?
Yeah. His voice is a little low in my cans. It might be me, but I can't hear him very well.
On mine too. I've got him cranked up, but it's
before the contest. You need me
there
to
we go.
the mic?
That sounds better.
That's
okay,
better.
we need some moderation on Twitch, by the way, A-Rock, if you get a shot.
Moderation on Twitch?
Yes, sir. By the way, thank you, Grammy Plays Games, for shordvixen for subscribing. Also, ballisticola, thank you for following us as well. And also, hello to Thickest491 for following the stream as well, joining us tonight. So, let's get to it. Actually, I do have one more thank you, believe it or not, before we do get to the questions, and that is the database itself and the distance and route calculator apps would not be possible today without a couple of guys. And those two guys, actually we have a handful of developers who have come along for the ride, but S. Piper created this incredible database that shows all the different entry forms that you can use to enter black hole data. And then Rehab Submarine has also contributed code to the effort. Restless Hermit, these guys, there's just no way we could be where we were without these three core developers who contributed to the project. So I'm probably going to be saying hello. I'm sorry, saying thank you for the rest of the stream, but I really do want to get that out there in terms of who's been helping us.
Hey Mike, can I pull you into the other room for a sec?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right, so KJ, you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, fantastic. Let's get started. So I take it you have been watching all the different videos and interviews and stuff in terms of No Man's Sky Beyond.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much, Bradish, for the subscription. Thank you so much.
I think you missed your wife.
Yeah, I also wanted to thank Mrs. Husker for following along. That was very nice.
I figured I'd point that out before you got in trouble.
Thank you, Wild Rom Time Studios. Thank you so much to everyone who's joining us and subscribing tonight. shordvixen's magnificent channel also coming along for the ride. You guys are killing us. Want to say hey to Moblin for joining this the session tonight. Thanks, shordvixen. You guys are awesome. So you've seen all the videos. You've seen a couple of interviews here and there. Had a question for you. I heard a key word during the video, and the key word that I heard was system, in terms of the Nexus, which is where all the multiplayer activity is going to be, shall we say, taking place from right now. Thank you to hellowood for the follow as well. Do you think there's going to be a Nexus per system? Like if you're in System A and you warp in and you summon your Nexus, do you think it's going to be just the players that are in that system who will be in that Nexus?
You know, I don't really know how it's going to work. I do know that you can, quote, summon it anywhere, and which is, you know, different from the anomaly. You kind of got to wait for it. So obviously we're going to be able to summon it anywhere. What I don't know is if you have to have people in your lobby or if you have a lobby in the Nexus. So more like an MMO where you join a server where everyone is at, or more like multiplayer where people join your lobby. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that works. I know that the Geknip gang is going to be in there all day long.
That's a good point. Yeah, I can't quite figure out right now if once you start the game, if the multiplayer lobby is even going to be part of the menu, or if all multiplayer activity will now initiate from the Nexus. It's going to be really interesting. in terms of exactly how and where you can get access to the Nexus. But if I heard it right, the Nexus is in the system. And if that's the case, then there could literally be one Nexus per system.
Yeah.
Which
we're
kind of
gonna have
makes,
to see.
yeah, which kind of makes sense. But ballisticola says, I thought it was people on your friends list who would be in there, plus random people. That makes sense. But I wonder if, like, if you've someone on your friend list who's halfway across the galaxy and you summon your own Nexus, will, like, the ghost of that player be in the Nexus even though they're not physically there? So you can do stuff with them? I don't know. I guess I just have to wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we gotta wait for, and one of them is going to be all of the new buttons we have to hit. And I'm on PC, and I use a
Same
keyboard
here.
and a mouse. I
Same
always
here.
have. And I'll tell you what, the way that things are mapped so that they work on PS4 is pretty tight. I mean, the E button does a whole lot of stuff already. And, you know, it's picking up items and getting in and out of your ship and initiating everything. You know, if they need to find another button that's still close to the left hand.
That's a good point. Thanks to Sublixer Photo for the follow as well. I'm glad you said that because I'm a keyboard and mouse girl myself. To the point where I have a VR headset. I have an Oculus Rift S, and I have no intention of using the wireless motion controllers. I want to use my keyboard and mouse. So I went out and got one of those special like 20 key gaming keyboards that I put to the left of my main keyboard so I can still use my keyboard and my mouse when I have my VR headset on.
I saw that in your photo, man. How hard is that to get used to?
I'm still training. Let me stop lying. Yeah, I am still training with it. I'm not completely comfortable with it yet, but that's only because I haven't played No Man's Sky a whole lot over the last 2 or 3 weeks because I've been working on so much stuff. But I basically plan on playing the pancake version of the game for at least 2 or 3 weeks until I'm totally comfortable with the gaming keypad, if you will. And then I'll throw on the headset. But I just can't see myself using those wireless controllers to move around the game. It's not really, I don't know. I guess it's really cool to reach up to your head and grab your multi-tool or tap, you know, smack yourself in the face and open up your backpack and stuff like that. But I would just rather use keyboard and mouse.
I love smacking myself in the face to open my backpack.
I think it's going to be doing something. And God knows what the motion's going to be to milk a creature. I mean, come on.
Hey, I hope it's as realistic as possible. If I'm going to be out there milking fauna, I want to reach under, I want to squeeze and pull. I want it. All of it in VR.
Right.
I got so many jokes right now.
I can only assume the reason that they made it so that we can sit in chairs.
Yeah,
So that
exactly.
we can get on a milking stool.
Exactly. Yes. I want it to be as authentic as possible. If some of the games I played in VR, the more one-to-one it is with your movement in the game, the more immersive it is and the better it gets. So yeah, pulling my multi-tool out of my backpack, all that stuff, I think it's just going to add to it. It's going to put us on those planets even.
I'm so jealous of you guys being able to actually play in VR and like Mike said, pull it out, you know, from your backpack. I think that's so cool. So, Moblin has a question. He's asking why we chose the Rift CV1 as one of the multi-$100 prizes that we handed out.
Yeah, I can answer that really quickly. There's a couple of reasons we chose the Oculus Rift CV1 as the main prize, or one of the main prizes in the Black Hole Suns contest. The first reason is when the contest was first written up and I guess put into motion, the Rift S was not even available yet. So one of the principles, if you will, of everyone who was involved was that there would be zero issues with shipping the prize as quickly as possible after the contest was over. And so there was no way to predict if there would be back order or availability or other issues, if you will, with the Rift S. So that was one factor. The other factor was that right as more detail was coming out about the Rift S, there seemed to be, as with everything else in the world, a split among the VR community in terms of whether or not the Rift S was a monumental upgrade over the CV1. Like, some people liked the audio quality in the original Oculus Rift CV1, which is the consumer version 1 of the headset, versus the Rift S. Other people said, who cares, you're going to put your own headphones on it anyway. So between those factors in terms of early feedback on the Rift S and how it might or might not be a huge upgrade over the CV1, as well as just wanting to avoid any type of order fulfillment issues, we had a golden opportunity to grab a brand new shrink-wrapped, never been breathed on before CV1 with no issues.
Nice.
Yeah, with no issues, and we didn't have to pay $500 for it, which is some of the prices you see for one that's brand new, that's unboxed on eBay, along with the sensors and everything else. So we just went for that. And
which, by the way, everybody, was out of pocket. It had nothing to do with the developers. Hey, real quick, background deck. Go on.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Background deck.
Okay, gotcha. So, the other, God, I had one more answer to that question. It was.
So, I mean, it comes down to price. It comes down to convenience. I mean, we're.
Oh yeah, I know what it was. We decided that in the end, if the winner really wanted a Rift S, like that, they were dead set on it, they could sell the CV1 and actually keep money in their pocket. Because the aftermarket prices,
see, everybody wins.
Yeah, because the aftermarket price for the CV1 would fetch more than the S was selling for. So those are the three reasons. Yep. So Xenu was still a little low in my headset, so hopefully we can figure out what that's about. All right, so Gaming Mike, I want to ask you the same question. In one of the videos for No Man's Sky Beyond, and this is for the whole panel, I heard a key word for system, as in I'm under the impression that the multiplayer lobby, the Nexus, there may literally be one per star system. Is that the impression you're under, or are you just kind of in a wait-and-see pattern?
I think that would be an easy way for them to do it, but I sort of thought it was going to be more like the current lobbies are, where you can join in on a friend's, just up to 32 people. What's 32 PC, 16 console, right?
Right.
But I just figured it would be that many people can join your lobby, and wherever you go, because if it's limited to the system, that means if you're with your friends in system A and you need to go to system B, then you leave that lobby entirely. As opposed to now, where if you travel to another system while you're in your friend's lobby, they still see your marker out there in the galaxy map. Plus, who knows what they're going to do to the galaxy map? Oh, man.
Well,
it's all connected. It's all connected.
It depends on what happens after you form that fire team, right? I would imagine that once you form the fire team, that's the marker you see.
Yeah, okay. Could be.
You know, but I still don't know.
There's a lot of ways it could go. There's so many ways it could.
I know. I wish we could just have just a little bit more detail on that.
I heard that Sean said you can just summon it.
Right.
Like your freighter. You can just summon it. Right. I actually got into an argument with somebody on Reddit.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Don't do that.
Because I went on the main sub, and that's what happens. And but anyways, as much as I love the main sub, because we are friends with one of the mods there, and he's an awesome guy, and I got no ill will. But this one, I said, you know, the whole game is, it does not want you to fail, unless you're playing in permadeath. It does not want you to fail. You know, like even jetpacking up a wall, it won't deplete your jetpack. So to me, I was saying, and this was a few days ago, right after that the version 2 announcement. I said no, they're gonna make it the easiest possible way to find that station, so that everybody can join it. It's gonna be easy. That's the entire point.
Well, you
They've
first
always done it
encounter
before.
you first encounter Nada and Polo after like your 3rd warp or something, isn't it? It's a
Something
certain
like
milestone
that.
you hit, but it's not too
Yeah.
far into the game. So I'm thinking if
Exactly.
anything is required to get there, it's all it's going to be is like your first Nada Polo mission.
Yeah, and then Sean said, I read some quote, I don't remember the exact quote or where it was, of course, but he basically said you can just summon it. So I was like, it goes completely in line with the rest of the entire game. I mean, all the main resources you need are on every planet. You can't fail.
So, what is the role
Yeah.
of the space station going to be?
Same thing, probably. Missions, regular missions.
Maybe a new exocraft merchant? Huh? They didn't say there's not new exocraft.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to UrsaFan40 for following the stream channel as well. We appreciate each and every last one of you. Quick question from the chat. Squirrel wants to know, have you guys heard of Windows Mixed Reality headset? Do you know if this type of headset can run an NMS VR? I
believe that it can.
Yeah, I believe it can.
That's what I have, Husker. That's what I have on my PC is a Lenovo MS Mixed Reality rig, and I'll find out if it'll work with No Man's Sky here pretty quick. But I don't see why it wouldn't.
Excellent. So hopefully everyone heard that Xenu, that's exactly what he has. He has the Lenovo model, and he's going to test it out. Are you planning to test that out on Wednesday?
You can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No,
fine
yeah.
now.
No,
Yeah,
we can hear you. You're
you
coming
sound
through
good.
much better.
Yeah, you're coming through much better now. I would say, are you planning to test that on Wednesday?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that depends.
Right.
There's so much to test on Wednesday.
I know.
Wednesday's going to be a lot of fun.
I really need you, buddy, for the multiplayer long distance travel testing.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I'll probably do that flat screen, and I probably won't do VR until later.
Yeah.
I haven't even rigged the PSVR for it yet.
Yeah. I might not even try VR for like a week or two, personally.
You're not going to last that long.
But no, only because
I
really do want the navigation fast travel questions that I have. I only have one question, but in 26 parts. But I really want those questions answered first, and then I can kind of celebrate and look around at all the cool things in VR. I really want the open space navigation, long distance travel stuff answered first, and then I can kind of lean back.
It's going to be a few days before I start VR too, because I'm going to be doing it on PSVR, and so that means I have to learn how to use a PS. And so learning a PS while staying alive, because it'll be a new game. There's no way around that.
Right.
And yeah, it's gonna be.
It'll be tough.
It's gonna be a while for me.
Taking a short step backward when you were talking about keyboard and mouse and stuff. I have a titanium left wrist, so keyboard and mouse is out of the question for me because it's just like torture.
Right.
But a DS4 controller works great, so I do PS4 and PC with a DS4 controller.
Yeah, that's what Sword does. Sword uses a PS4 controller all day long, and he loves it. I'll tell you this, man. I mean, Windows being Windows, I should be able to use a regular keyboard and mouse with the VR headset, enabled and on and in use and stuff like that. But if for some reason the game requires those hand motion controllers to be on and enabled and in use, I'm going to give away an Oculus Rift headset. I'm going to throw it right out of the window.
You're not having any of?
No, I'm kidding. I'm going to use it for all my racing games. See, with racing games, you don't need to use the wireless controllers because racing games and VR go together very well. So I'm hoping no one broke that mechanic, with No Man's Sky.
So let's, on the note of the Nexus, what do you guys think about portals going beyond? Are they gonna?
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
You meant to do that. You meant to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Do you think they're gonna be the same, or do you think the Nexus teleporting is gonna be the same?
Well, we can't very well chart black holes and use dark without them. And the fact is, I use portals a lot, and it's one of the first, couple of things I'm going to test on Wednesday. The first thing I'm doing is going to ocean beaches to see if it's okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is
change a lot.
The next thing I'm going to do is pull out my black hole information that I have and go through the nearest black hole that I've already charted.
Perfect.
And from there, it's going to be going to check the alien weapons and experimental weapons that Lava Lamp has found. I'm going to help out with that. So
Lava
I'm
Lamp's
really
a beast with the S classes.
He's amazing.
So much to do on Wednesday. Ivy Mike says, I use Xbox controller on PC and love it, all caps. He also says No Man's Sky was built for controller, so I find it the best experience. I had a really hard time flying my Starship with a controller. I did try and use a controller day one for all of my flying, and for some reason, I guess I'm just not very good at it, but I could not control my Starship with a game controller very well at all.
I cannot use a keyboard and mouse on this game. I need the Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
I need to be able to look left and right.
You can look left and right on a keyboard and mouse.
Can you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I do it all the time.
I still don't like it. You're not going to convince me.
Kill screen?
Sword's latest number is 227 kills. And
it's a ship just fine.
That was on permadeath, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's impressive.
Exactly.
It's pretty interesting. Skrill says he uses keyboard and mouse when he's on a planet, and then PS4 controller for flight. That's an interesting way to do it.
So I worked out how to use my Logitech 3D Gaming Pro or Extreme 3D Pro flight stick or joystick for flying my Starship, and that's what I do. I use keyboard and mouse when I'm on the ground, and I use my Logitech Extreme 3D Pro flight stick for when I'm in the Starship. Works great.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So I'm hoping between my little game keyboard and my flight stick and my mouse, I'll be okay. But back to A-Rock's question. I think portals, maybe a lowercase thing, portals will act the same only because I believe Sean did say that playing this game solo is still a viable option. And if that's the case, then solo players with, potentially no or not a very robust network connection are going to need portals to get around quickly. So I think that mechanic may survive intact in terms of it behaving the same way it does today.
I think it will too. I think the main question is going to be, does the Nexus act the same way as portals? So if you all get together, can you build bases when you travel through the Nexus to somebody else's location?
Maybe you can only work on your friend's base. Yeah, I would think they would probably work kind of like portals do now. It seems like.
That's what I hope.
They have that limitation in there for a reason.
Exactly.
I don't feel like they would do all that they, especially after all. Do you guys remember Portal hype? You remember Portal hype?
Oh my God!
I think after all that, they finally figured out what to do with the portals that they put in the game. I don't think they're gonna change it too much, or or wreck it.
Have they totally dropped the idea of quote wormhole close quote? I haven't seen wormhole pop up.
They haven't mentioned either.
The only time I've ever seen wormhole pop up, it wasn't Hello Games talking about it.
Right.
It was other people.
And
that's where you run into that expectation thing, letting speculation turn into expectation.
Speculexpectation.
Yeah.
Which is precisely what we're doing now, and I love it. But a lot of it is fact-based.
No, my expectations are firmly set to 0. I'm looking forward to 2 to 4 weeks of bug testing, and a month after this update releases, it's going to be sweet.
Yeah, I guess there'll be a beyond the release patch at some point. that comes out.
Every single time without fail, there's weeks and weeks of bug testing and repairing. So I'm just expecting it. Yeah. I do have that expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Permadeath Journey is not going to be. I'm not making any episodes of that until I'm sure he ain't going to fall through his freighter.
Yep. Yeah. Watch your permadeath saves, ladies and gentlemen. Watch them closely. Guard them.
Or you're riding on a velociraptor and you fall through a mountain.
Or you're milking a space cow and it kicks you in the head and you die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I never thought we'd have that line
frontier,
of sentences. Baby. That's awesome. Okay.
Ivan Mike says, I think when you are in the Nexus, you are in a separate space station outside the iteration, and it will be instance and put you in an available open instance that has a spot open.
Yeah, right. That actually sounds plausible AF.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think there's a question about that. I think the only question is what can you actually do on the other side in somebody else's instance.
And I think like it's going to be up to 32 on PC anyway. Multiplayer missions for the most part. And I mean, I'm thinking, how many walkers does it take on 32 players?
All of them.
Yeah.
As many as you want.
Hopefully it's
walkers.
I want it to be a right challenge. I want it to be hard.
Oh, imagine huge battlefields of Sentinels versus 32 players.
Imagine that one of the 500 changes is that there is a healer role or healer components that you can add to your multi-tool, so that when you have 32 players fighting, 150 Sentinels, you've got a healer who can add health back to you.
There's already those health components you can base build as is, It's not that much of a stretch.
What if they had a heal upgrade weapon, quote unquote? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That's what I'm saying.
Or a module.
One of the modules, when you're down on health, the healer comes over and shoots a bunch of space hearts at you, and you're back at 100% health.
Hashtag space hearts, everybody.
Hashtag space hearts. Fantastic. So, I mean, who knows? They said it would be MMO, right?
Yeah.
Well, they said
MMO-like characteristics.
MMO-like, yeah.
Right.
He tries so hard to avoid the term MMO while also using the term MMO. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
By he, I mean Sean, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sean knows us. Sean knows we're not going to do MMO. Not the real MMO.
Well, there's already enough gripe from some of the old school players that are really into the single player aspect. There's still like a core section of the No Man's Sky community that is anti-multiplayer. Big time.
Yes.
And so they don't want to say it's going to be an MMO, because that's going to totally turn off all those people. It's going to shut them off. They're going to be like, I'm done with this one. I'm going to go play something else.
It's already turning them off. I've seen so many people say, there's nothing new being added because it's nothing for single player. And
I've seen that too.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because
you can milk a space cow by yourself.
Exactly. You don't need to play multiplayer. And I've actually talked to somebody again, because I'm stupid and I go on to the maid sub.
You gotta stop getting into Reddit conversations, man. Stop.
I can't help it, man. I get bored at work and that's what I do. But
no, you gotta find better things.
I know. I need help. Is there like a
hold on. This is not just for the plug, but the Geknip Gang Discord is actually a cure for that.
Yeah, I do have to visit that one.
It saves me every day.
You know what? I'm going to make a post right now saying, hi, my name is A-Rock, and I have a problem.
Do it, man. All the support you would ever want in the Geknip Gang Discord server.
There's like a 14-hour conversation on the G&G Discord about milking. So,
well, that's where MMO comes from. Yeah, Tom, it's not an MMO. MMO stands for milking many organisms.
There you go.
Hashtag milking many organisms, MMO.
Whoa, enough about my ex-wife, guys. Come on, please.
Hey-o! I get no respect.
But
I was originally one of those against multiplayer people until I ran into the Black Hole Gang. You know? No,
There's a group of folks out there for everybody in this big giant cluster of galaxies. 256
yeah,
of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you don't. What gets me is people are like, "Oh, I don't want that in the game." Like, honestly, I only use about 10% of what the game actually has. Especially
We
with
all
Black
do.
Hole
Everybody
Suns.
plays their own way. Everybody plays their own way. Everybody uses a 10% slice of it. But it's great when we can come together. If we can come together and the guys that are good at farming, they're good at farming, and this guy's good at going and gathering resources real quick with all his multi-tool upgrades, whatever. Imagine what you can get done, especially with these like factory type bases that they're teasing. Oh my.
Yeah, what gets me is people are upset because they're adding more. But then they'd be angry if they weren't adding more.
Yeah, it's like,
what do you want? Yeah.
You want them to update the game and change nothing? That's not how updates work.
Yeah.
That's not how they work.
Yeah, well, you can't please everyone. I mean, even when the Black Hole Suns project was basically cutting down, instead of it was taking literally days to get to the Galactic Hub or anywhere, now it's down to under an hour, right?
Yeah.
There was a pocket of players who were like, you know what? I'm moving outside of the black hole ring so no one can get to me easily.
And that's actually
the true hermits. The true hermits.
Yeah, and we found out, I don't know if many people know about this outside of, our group and team and stuff, but if you go above the main galactic plane or you go below it, the black holes that you find there just send you right back down to the actual main galactic plane. So if you really do want to be a hermit, you can go up and down, and nobody will find you. Nobody can work to you with a black hole. If that's your thing. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're all dogs in this universe. You can't look up.
I remember that from the Star Trek movie, the original ones. Nobody ever looks up. 3 dimensions. Damn it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but it's weird that they coded it like that.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure out why they did that.
Helicopter.
Who, me?
No, Husker. So all right. So let's move on a little bit here. What's So do you guys think they're going to take away the way that they use the 4-player connection right now, or do you think that's going to be integrated into the Nexus?
I think the Nexus is going to become like what the new join game. Like instead of just a menu selection, it's going to be you got to summon the Nexus, right? And then go to that terminal, probably see a list of your friends like we join game now. It'll probably be a menu within the game instead of a menu on the menu of the game, is what it seems like to me. Is that you're going to go into the game, say, either open up a lobby or look for a friend's lobby to join. But you go to the Nexus and say, okay, I'm opening this up. Or, well, I don't know. If it's system-based, I guess that doesn't... you could just see whoever you see in the system, too. So I don't know. My brain's melting.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning to, too. I wonder if... It'd be kind of cool if you have to go up to that person and then ask them to join your party.
Yeah, that's Star Citizen has that kind of feature where you're all in the same instance, but you can invite to party like that just by running up to them and clicking on them. So something like that would probably work real well too.
That'd be pretty cool.
I do hope that they preserve some level of normal multiplayer. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I have a collab stream and with Mary Lizzie, and I don't want 30 other people on our stream when we're trying to present an idea or do something, if we have plans.
I think they're going to have, I think we'll see similar controls that we have now where it's like open to anybody, open to friends, open to nobody, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think you'll probably be able to set that on your instance wherever you're at if you're going with multiplayer. I'm sure that we'll see similar privacy controls, because I'm sure they learned that lesson already, because they updated those controls real quick after, was it the next update that introduced them, or the one before? I don't know, but I remember they updated it real fast because people were complaining a lot.
There was a lot of griefing. I killed someone.
Well, there was
my game and attacked me.
Yeah, videos on YouTube of people just going around joining random games explicitly to just rain terror on whoever they joined in on. And so, yeah,
the
that got
privacy
updated
settings
real fast.
the privacy settings are really nice. I think that's one of the best features of the game.
Yeah, they work. They work.
Yeah, I think they're. I think it's going to be, from what I understand, they said you can see people if you happen across them on the planet. You don't have to join their game. Right, yeah.
You can see them, anybody in the game, either as a glowing sphere or as their avatar.
I think they're getting rid of the spheres, hopefully. Finally.
Yeah, it seems like those are going to be a thing of the past.
If they have up to 32 people, I'm really hoping they figure
Why
out.
would they have, why have 16 or 32 more spheres even enough?
Exactly, yeah. So, okay, and on that point, so because of the Nexus especially, and it can travel, and so what we've been talking about, if maybe it acts the way as portals, how do you guys think it'll affect hoovering?
Well, I think hoovering is a part of regular multiplayer. You know, you join a person's game, drop a base computer, go save in the space station, and you're there. That's almost single player. You know, all you're doing is joining the person on their planet. The Nexus is something completely different. You know, going into a space station to join a bunch of people to do missions and things like that is a completely different kind of multiplayer.
Yeah.
Ivy says he doesn't think that you're going to be able to join someone's game outside the Nexus.
Yeah, I think
I'm leaning towards that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be what's happening. I think
Kyle asked in my chat, do you think in-game factions will be included? I think that would be awesome if we were able to make official teams, and especially if we could use those to claim actual space and have it show up on the new galactic map that, like, this is the territory of this organization. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what plans they have for integrating civs or organizations inside the game itself. I know they love
that
it.
Atlas map. The Atlas map was a step towards it.
I think they're gonna go towards civilizations, not cities, like people want, but definitely recognizing or having us be able to allow other people to recognize specific civilizations in the map.
I think it's safe to say that they've expanded base building to the point where we can build some pretty large places, and I think that's probably what the push will be, is for players to make their own civilizations if they want to. Instead of them trying to stick cities in the planet, they just let people build the cities.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's the best way to go.
So you think civs will be managed? You think civs will be managed inside the game?
Yeah. I think it'll be an in-game thing, and I hope to see that fleshed out. That would be fantastic. That'd be so great. I'd love to, because the Geknip Gang hub has been going for 3 years now, and to actually have some seriously carved out and claimed space would just feel like such an accomplishment at this point.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, one thing I'm unclear on though is, so I guess you could create. Will there be minimums on? Because some MMO games have minimums on how many people can create, if you will, a civ. So will there be player minimums on how many people are in, like, a fire team? Will it take, like, the formation of a fire team to create a civ?
Maybe it's not a player minimum, but a base size minimum to actually have it show up as claimed space. Like, if you build something this big, then it's going to show up in this capacity, however it breaks down. But maybe it's based more on how much work has gone into it rather than how many people.
Kind of like how they have the 8-piece limit to upload a base. Maybe you need
Yeah.
X amount of whatever to create a city.
To establish a civilization.
This thing has to cover a quarter of a planet before we even look at it twice.
You gotta build Coruscant before you're recognized as an official civ.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Coruscant or bust, baby. But no, if it was something like that, it would mean that one person themselves could actually build their own capital city, whatever. They could build their own thing and have it have an impact in the game. You don't have to have a whole civilization if you put in the work yourself.
I wonder if it's a player limit. You need X amount of players to have bases next to each other.
See, I hope not. I hope it doesn't have to do with player limits, though, because that. What about those solo players? They still want to show up in the map. They still want their accomplishments acknowledged in the galaxy. They just don't want anybody else to help them, which is fine. It should be. Hopefully, it would be fine. I mean, I don't know. This is pretty wild speculation.
Yeah, I can't imagine the board meetings when they're coming up with these ideas.
It is mentioned, you know, I don't remember if it was mentioned on IGN or which interview it was, too many of them, that when you go to the Nexus, you can see and visit other players' uploaded bases.
Right.
That's cool.
Oh, so they might show up in like a list and you can just say, teleport me here, and you go right to their base?
Right.
I
don't
think
know
that
how
might
that's
be the
gonna
new
work.
portal. I think that might work the same way as the portal.
So
That'd
that's
be nice.
Check it out.
That's what I heard a couple days ago, that you're going to be able to go to some kind of board on the Nexus, and it's going to show you all the bases that the players who are in the Nexus have. But I think that base list may be limited to the bases in that system. I think. The other thing they said they were going to do
That would
is
make sense.
they're going to feature other people's bases on their own list of bases that they like and want to feature. And that feature list is temporary in that, like Sean said in an interview, if they identify your base as the quote-unquote featured base, you're going to be standing around your base, like working on it and stuff, and all of a sudden, all these people are going to show up to check out your featured base. And then
Kind of like the block in Fortnite, it sounds like.
Right, but then he closed that statement by saying, so you're going to be popular for about a few weeks or a few days. I mean, and then they're going to disappear.
Right. Yeah,
Okay. So
it's a 15-minute spotlight.
if they're going to disappear, does that mean that if I see a base that's highlighted and I go to it, can I lay down my own base computer and be a neighbor?
I'm gonna say no on that.
I think that's a vote for the Nexus being more like portals, because I think they're going to want you to have to actually travel there yourself to be able to start populating it. That
Right.
seems to be how it's set up now.
Well, we're going to find out on Wednesday, that's for damn sure.
And
Yeah,
if
I mean,
it
if you look
Wednesday.
at the whole picture of everything that has changed in the last year, between black holes being stabilized and portals only being, you know, just a visit and leave kind of a thing, but being able to set a waypoint to that booster address so that you can travel there. I mean, if you look at it, all of that stuff together, it looks like Hello Games has been supporting this sort of pathway for a while. You know, you can go there, but if you don't travel there in your ship, then you can't do anything while you're there, you know?
Yeah, you can't mess with it unless you get there yourself.
Yeah.
that would make the most sense. Yeah, tourist, exactly. So, what do you guys, on that note, considering traveling there, what do you guys think the new galactic map might have?
A distance and route calculator that they stole from a spreadsheet. Okay, wait. Have you put that in your
Pilgrim Star
contingency
app
plan?
built
What if they build the distance and route calculator into the game? Do you have a plan?
Yes, we have a plan. We will actually start playing the game.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome.
That's a really
It'll
good
be
I
like
was gonna say, yeah, we'll sue Hello
Yeah.
Games for all of the work we did.
Got a plan.
No, not at all.
No man's spreadsheet.
Yeah, this is the best game I've ever played.
The song from the end credits of Gladiator starts playing as soon as you find out. Now we are free.
There's a montage. There's a montage of us crying, looking up at the sun in the sky.
Yeah, bunch of black hole screenshots, crossfades with the crying photos.
There's rainbows and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset.
Absolutely not.
It would be an awesome feature to see in the game, actually.
Hey, Husker, you got a rainbow there.
Yeah. So the question, I mean, this sounds really dumb on my part, but I'm only saying this tongue firmly placed in cheek, but they can have the distance and route calculator, right? But
oh, they can steal it from us, no problem.
But who puts the data in? Right? Is the
players.
data?
They would just probably plug it all in and make it so you could upload coordinates as you go. Maybe they'd make it an interface in the game saying, would you like to submit this black hole to the whatever database they call it?
Like
Maybe
how
it'll
the
be like a
discoveries
teleport
work.
network.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be
You
nice too.
Maybe-
Every teleporter that you go through, or every space station you visit, you add that, what is it, 70, 77? What was the number?
79.
79, some, no, not the black hole number.
Oh, what
The
number
number
are
of
you thinking of?
teleporters that you can save.
It's 50.
Oh yeah.
50, yeah.
Oh, I thought someone figured out it was 70.
Oh wait, maybe
I think
is it
it's
50 or 70?
I think it's 50 for your own and
Figured out
50
the
for a
number.
friend, or something like that.
Three plus
actually-
two
Anyway,
plus two
maybe
plus one.
that's,
I mean, we're on the internet. We could look it up.
Yeah. What is
Right now, is this charging me by the minute?
Hey, right?
I want to say what's up to Ultra State 112 who also joined the stream. Welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Squirrel says it's going to be Wednesday for him in 12 hours.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
He's still going to have to wait till
Sorry,
2
buddy.
p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
Sorry, buddy.
Is that the established release
That's
time?
what I understand. It's 2 p.m. UK time.
I'd like
can
to say,
Voice for
since
that.
Altered State joined, I'd like to say 079, buddy.
So wait, 2 p.m. UK is what, like
6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern, right? 9 a.m. Eastern.
I have to take that whole day off, don't
Man, I have to work on Wednesday, and I can't take it off. And I hate you guys that have VR sets.
Listen, don't confuse your jealousy with hate. Also, hate leads to anger, and yada yada.
Anger leads to the dark
Yada,
side.
yada, yada.
Anger
No,
leads
just
to the dark side.
just picture a montage of somebody on their couch just crying all day long.
You got montages on the brain tonight.
I do. I think that was hilarious. Yeah. So I'll just be crying while working because I work at home. So I'll be like, yes, I can help you.
I'm going to be so busy, I don't even know what's going to happen. I mean, as soon as the game downloads, I have to do an episode of I Did It My Way. I've already promised that. I also have a stream with Mary Lizzie, the Geknip gang. You know?
Oh yeah.
Sword's going to get home from work at some point during that day, and I'll have to mod that stream.
We should probably just start a couple of super lobbies with everybody that's going to be streaming, so all the views can be from the same. I mean, so we can show off some of the multiplayer, you know, across different streams. Maybe we should
Yes.
start a Geknip gang lobby that.
Well, one
Are
of our
we doing
ideas
this
is
on
doing
the
a
Geknip
multi.
Gang channel or on one of the channels. I didn't understand.
Yeah, we might be able to get somebody in the Geknip gang that can put all the screens on one and broadcast it out of the Geknip gang channel too. I'll have to see who's available.
That would be awesome.
That would be a lot of.
Yeah, as soon as I get my update, you know, I'm not gonna, like I said, I really want this channel to focus on open space, space navigation, long distance travel, unlocking the mysteries of the galaxy, if you will. I'm gonna leave the botany and the animal husbandry and all the other things that come with Beyond.
And all the other early civilization game technologies that you want.
Right.
Leave the farming to us pros.
Yeah,
I haven't farmed since like Pathfinder update. Honestly, there's so many things to do in this.
Hey, thank you, Richard Huntington, for following us.
Yes, thank you for the follow on Mixer. We really do appreciate that.
There's also one other thing that I talked to Zane about really briefly is, you know how we had to figure out the recipes for the large refiner on our own? Sure, we're going to have to do that with farming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, contributing recipes as you find them.
You guys know they're probably going to change all the ingredients. They do it every time.
You think they're going to rename things?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I'd be surprised if they don't. If they don't, I'd
it's
be more than
practically
happy.
tradition by now.
Exactly. Exactly. They're gonna change carbon to air. You know,
Come on,
I don't know
man.
where else they're gonna go with it.
I'm
Water.
sure that
Water,
Hello Games got a
Agua.
kick out of the streams of all the legacy players trying to figure out how to fuel their ships.
I'm hoping
Oh my God,
fauna
yeah.
milk comes out as little calcium clusters.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Kind of like the copyright.
How
Here's
much
a
of that do you think we can stack in our suits?
$250 per slot, 500 in a cargo slot.
I hope they change the 5-item limit on some of those items. Holy
Yeah,
Jesus.
10 or 25 milk at least, please.
So, what do you guys think? So, if we're gonna have 16 to 32 people in one system, right? Potentially.
Yeah.
How do you think summoning freighters will work?
Oh, is it still going to be one per system? Maybe not.
I hope not.
It just
I
can't.
hope not.
If they fixed it, you know, when next first dropped, if you summoned your freighter and your friend summoned their freighter, it was like an instant battle between the two freighters. And
Oh, really?
so,
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Oh my God! Everyone was like, "I can't land. You got to move your freighter." It was that lasted
Really?
like a week.
Yeah, I missed
What if
out
they
on that
just
one.
increase the hangar size of a freighter though? They could keep it one per system, and then just like leader of the fire team gets their freighter summoned in, and everybody else has their one ship that they bring with them. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe everybody can summon any ship they want of theirs from the leader's freighter.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but you
a
have
good
to be able
point.
to
It
land
might be
32 ships.
it might be the host can only do it.
Yeah, host-only freighter, but then you can access your own ship count, your own ship inventory from that freighter.
That would be really cool if they did it like that. I would be okay with that.
Thank you, Complicated Mike, for the follow. Really appreciate it, man. It's been a crazy night. I mean, I'm loving the support from the community tonight on our maiden voyage on this stream. Like I said, we're really going to try and focus this channel on open space issues, space navigation, fast travel, mysteries of the galaxies and universe. We really want to bolster everyone's opinion of us, really, that we are the NASA or SpaceX of the No Man's Sky community. We'll humbly take that assignment and run as far and fast as we can with it.
And if anybody wants to try and join in and contribute to the conversation, you're more than welcome to come into our Discord channel, pop into our green room, and
Thanks for the
That's
compliment.
right. And for anybody watching on Gaming Mike's channel, blackholesuns.com has links to all these channels that these guys have started and their Discord as well. If you want to get in on the conversation there, blackholesuns.com. You can type !BHS in my chat for a link from the robot for that website. But that's also where all the tools are that you can use to navigate through the galaxy. As soon as this update drops, because they're not going to change a thing, you'll be able to use those tools. Well, you can use them now. You can use them now to get where you need to go before the update drops. But after.
Quickly.
I am so knocking on wood right now that you said that.
It'll either be a big change or a small change or a complete change or no change.
Either way, we're still gonna press forward, no matter what happens.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There is one thing that you guys haven't brought up that I follow the Steam forum, and unfortunately, it's almost as toxic as Reddit.
Forums are bad. Forums are bad.
Yes.
I love Reddit. Don't.
A lot of people who have started the game since, when was it, January or February, when the CE event last ended, community event, Quicksilver. So I
Oh yeah.
have
Yes.
information on this. Community events are not going to start on Wednesday. There is going to be a delay. That's in the IGN interview, I believe.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
It is.
That makes
Yeah, good to know.
sense. Because they're gonna definitely want to make sure that
At
everything's
least-
working.
At least 1
Yeah.
week of bug testing and then a patch.
Exactly. Yeah, and then they throw out, okay, wait, everything works, or we fixed everything that's not working.
Not after 1 week, no.
Well, quote unquote.
I cannot wait to
Listen,
sit
it's at
in
least
this chair.
it's at least a month of patches before it's all working really smoothly. Okay,
Yeah,
at least a
I
month.
think we all know how that works. Yeah, it's not instant.
I've seen this movie, man.
I've seen this movie. It's the hacker that's typing away on the green screen.
It goes this way. Every update cycle's the same. At least a month of patching before it's really running smooth.
Oh yeah.
That's my guess. That's where my expectation is set, and I don't think I'm gonna be.
So, we're
So
gonna
what do you
take
guys-
this beyond.
You guys think there's gonna be new story and training missions?
I think it's going to be minimal. It doesn't sound like there's going to be a whole bunch of new story. I'm sure there's going to be a little bit to explain why Nada and Polo have opened up the anomaly like they have. But outside of that, I don't know if we'll see much.
They opened it because of budget cuts.
We need to make some money off of you, traveler.
We need some money, man. Give me some money.
I'm sure that your farming technician, your little Geki guy, is going to have some recipes for you to make.
Check
What
out
if-
this new strain of Nip Nip.
Yeah. And, he's probably going to require some Gek milk for payment.
We call this
I
one
think-
Willie Nelson.
I think you're gonna walk into the Nexus. Polo's gonna be on the ground, like gasping for air with his arm raised up, asking for milk.
Oh no.
The last time I
can't-
talked to him, he said he was dying, so I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't make my get gas anymore. I need more milk. Can you run to the corner market and find some for me? And then a waypoint pops up on a planet, and it's just some settlement with a Viking inside that doesn't want to give you the milk, so you have to go get him some new resource.
Oh wait, and Nada says, hold on, Polo. I'm going to the store for some cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
And Nada never comes back, or what's
Yeah,
the
he
implication?
Yeah, he
here?
never comes back.
Comes back.
Oh no! Poor Polo.
Oh, that took a turn there.
Harsh, that's too real, man. That's too real. The simulation is getting too real now.
1616.
Do you think
gonna
we'll
be
see a
pretty
close? Do you think
terrifying.
we'll see? Is it gonna take place? Do you think in loop 17? Are we gonna see what happens at the end of the 16 minutes? Do you think that's where it's gonna pick?
It'd be cool if they pulled a Metal Gear Solid, and real like the original Metal Gear Solid, where you had to plug in the controller into the second player, and they were just messing with you. It'd be cool
Oh,
if they.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. In order to beat a certain boss, you had to plug in the controller into the second player port. It'd be cool if they just shut the game.
Wow.
Well, who knows
Or-
what Atlas HAL 2000 is going to do under all these circumstances. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's been playing games with us all along.
Well, and if you check the lore on those, the boundaries, the boundary
Yeah.
failures or whatever, the big rings, it's talking about, it seems like the exosuit voice, the suit lady voice, is created by Atlas but sort of went rogue, and then Atlas doesn't like it anymore. So maybe we'll see that come to a head. Maybe we'll see Atlas face off against Atlas's nemesis that they've been hinting at for so long.
Your suit is actually what used to control the Sentinels.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
while since I really went through that lore. But
Yeah,
I
it's pretty
remember
cool.
it was... Oh, man. I should really actually go through it all again now that the update's coming out.
I am
It's
I know
so
it's out there
excited.
online. You can...
Oh, you can find all the lore online?
Whoa.
Oh, you're
Back in the
breaking up
chopper.
a little.
Okay.
Running out the
Husker's reporting
time.
the weather from over the city.
Yeah, Husker's flying around.
Chopper Dave.
But yeah, I think that's a really cool I mean, it's a pretty varied piece of lore. They don't really put it in your face at all.
Well,
Whereas
that's yeah. You got to
the
go out
Atlas-
to all the buildings.
Yeah,
the
you gotta
Atlas
go find
created
all
the
of this lore.
Sentinels, and then after it created the Sentinels, it assigned that specific AI. I don't remember the name of it, but
Is it Telemon?
Telemon is the traveler. Laylaps is the
Laylaps, yeah.
sentinel.
Laylaps is the
There we
Sentinel.
go.
Yeah, and then the Atlas got mad at Laylaps, and did I pronounce that right? I don't know, but
Yeah.
And then so in retribution, because it got upset at it, it disconnected it from the Sentinels and put it in your backpack, basically.
Right. Okay.
So
Man.
a curiosity then becomes the corrupted sentinels. We need their lore is in the boundary rings, but they need to like grow up. You know, it can't just
Yeah.
be the little drones that are corrupted. We
Yeah,
gotta
they're not
have
that
corrupted
tough.
dogs and corrupted walkers, and
There's huge potential for that, for the Sentinels, yeah. Especially considering that lore, because that's pretty creative lore.
it's a beautiful story.
Yeah. and
The
for
lore in
them
this
to not
game
do
has
anything.
always been so good.
And you have to search it out. And so, like, people who complain that there's no story, there's no depth to it, they're just not reading, they're not paying
They're not
attention.
trying.
They're not
Yeah,
paying
they're not trying.
attention.
They're not spending the time.
Exactly, yeah. They're like, oh, I can't shoot like a first-person shooter, so they give up on it.
MTG says NMS is the only sequel that obsoletes and discards its previous version. If you didn't play it, you'll never know. That would be interesting if they just introduced a whole new way of doing everything and totally wiped out whatever we've done before. What if it was all brand new? An entire new trip with Nada and Polo. Like they say different stuff. It's a different set of missions, right? Everything's reset. That'd be amazing.
Well,
That would be
the ones who've
amazing.
been hoarding for the future are going to be.
Yeah, that would be a big upset. But
Yeah.
a total reset? A total
Just-
reset would be awesome.
Just delete the 3,300 hours off of my game, and I'll start on day one again. How many of us want to go back
Well-
to that first day that we ever played?
Not me.
No, but say they let you start in your old save with all the hours, but it just everything in that save is reset. So you still have that save, just none of your stuff. Like none of your stuff. You wake up
KJ.
fresh next to your ship.
New
won't do it.
iteration.
No, they
Yeah,
won't do
KJ,
it.
if I could start it again with the same sense of awe and wonder,
Yeah.
I'd do it. Yeah.
So you wake up with none of your stuff.
Just like you always do.
Iteration 4925H.
No Man's Sky,
Yeah.
the recently divorced version.
Well, I'm a girl, so I'm going to get all the money.
We-
Boom.
That was a mic drop.
Husker, where's the drum roll, please?
Okay, yeah, you gotta hear it.
John Hall says, if the new character head designs we saw are all various travelers, maybe we won't get much more lore, but if they're new species, maybe there's a lot more lore added. There were some interesting head designs in some of those clips and photos and trailers.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Initially, I thought that they were just helmets, new heads, but apparently there's interviews where he says they're actually new aliens.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, our own character's appearances are just holograms. There's always been just a holographic overlay.
Right.
If you read what the character customizer says, it's a hologram that it just puts on you, and you're just one of the, you're an anomaly, right? By default, you're an anomaly. You're a guy in a spacesuit. And you can just dress yourself up holographically for your travels.
Yeah, it's a weird meta that they've been
Yeah.
able to create, and they've been able to update based on their actual updates. Like the multiplayer thing was the introduction of anomalies. I mean, you were always called an interloper, right?
Yeah.
By
Traveler.
Travel.
yeah.
Yeah, but when they actually introduced multiplayer, they worked that into the lore post-release, and I think they do a pretty good job of working it in subtly, and also with
Yeah,
the main
the-
missions.
The simulation has been evolving.
Exactly, yeah. Like it's trying to. I don't know. They just hit on something so nice. Like it's hard.
I
to
do
explain.
hope at some point in Beyond there's something that refers to everything as Loop 17, or they somehow acknowledge the end of Loop 16, and we see like a culmination to that, because that feels like what it is that was all building towards something, and it sort of seems like Next and Abyss and Visions didn't really finish that sentence. So hopefully Beyond finishes that sentence and starts a new one, you know?
Yeah, I feel the same way, and you're absolutely right, because there's no end. You just go to another galaxy, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's... Honestly, when I went to Essentheim, however you pronounce it. Eisentam, thank you. It got boring, because it's not balanced. Euclid is the most balanced, because it has everything in it.
And John Hall in my chat asked earlier, do you think there's going to be intergalactic travel? Do you think they're going to finally open up that boundary and let us go backwards through the galaxies at will? Or maybe set course for Eisentam and just travel right there?
That would be
like
cool.
after you finish the Atlas path, you get intergalactic travel unlocked. That would be something else as well. And that would open it up for multiplayer people to be able to travel to each other more freely by going backwards through that loop of galaxies. That would really...
I wouldn't feel so alone on my Calypso save.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have a save stuck in the 18th galaxy, and you know, the other day I was able to join Mary Lizzie from that save, and it's the first time that my character, my 1-year-old character, has been in Euclid for 11 months. And it was just like, it was so, you know, it's weird. It's a game, but you get so emotionally involved in it. And,
it's your own journey.
You know, waking up in Euclid, floating in my ship there, was just an intense experience for a few minutes. I was like, oh my God. You know?
Yeah, you have to take that breath, huh?
Home, yeah.
It'd be cool if they had like you know, if you could travel between the galaxies, if there was a new galaxy loading screen, just to make it seem like you're going intergalactic, you know?
Well, and the Nexus makes a nice opportunity for some kind of intergalactic travel too, because if somebody starts a fire team to go to their mission that they have in their save in their galaxy, then you jump into the Nexus, pop through that portal, and it shoots you to wherever you need to be, right? That would open it up and let you go to... Well, yeah, there's the question, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, there's the rub.
So, hey, Funny Imps, thank you for congratulations on the channel, and thank you
for the follow as well. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And Satyr Kozins, which I'm probably pronouncing completely wrong. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome tonight. I really do think that that's one of the main questions I had actually, Mike, was if galaxy hopping, if you will, going to be a thing in terms of, do they want to connect the players more easily? And if so, will they make it easier to go from galaxy to galaxy? Maybe it'll cost a really heavy price, but it'll be possible.
Yeah. Or maybe only if you've got an invite.
They might leave it alone because, you know, people love being a space hermit. You know, there is a measurable community of hermits out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, if I wasn't involved in this project and you know, made friends with all you guys, I'd be playing solo. I don't care about multiplayer. But now that I don't hear it. But now
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh no, yeah. I'm sorry.
You're saying what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
If it weren't for you guys.
But yeah, so you know, but now that we've all, you know, I've made friends with everybody like you guys, now I want to play multiplayer. But you know, at the same time, you know, when I wake up in the morning and if I have a couple hours before work and I don't have anything to do, I'm gonna play solo.
Yeah.
You know, so I want that option to be there too. And Sean even said that solo playing is still a huge focus for them. Hey, Hidden Panda. Hidden Panda's in the chat.
Awesome.
Hi,
What's up, Panda? What's going on? I was really.
Is it both Hidden and Panda? Are you both here?
I think it's Panda. I'm not sure.
Is it just Panda? Panda, jump in, man.
Yeah, hopefully he has time to join us. But yeah, I think that, you know, there are advocates, you know, at Hello Games who definitely want to make sure that solo players feel like they're getting a lot of options to have a rich, meaningful solo experience. But at the same time, you know, if you even mistakenly went to the wrong galaxy, I shouldn't say the wrong galaxy, but you mistakenly left Euclid and you want to get back, maybe there will be a mechanic to get back and stay, because you want to take part in the multiplayer experience that's being introduced in Beyond.
There's one mainstay to No Man's Sky that I think that we all know it subconsciously, even if we don't like voice it out loud, and that is that the game isn't going to teach us this stuff.
No,
we're going to have to figure it out on our own, and you know, and the only way to do that is to take the risk and take the jump and try. And I know the reason that my character is in the 18th galaxy is because I didn't know that resetting the galaxy meant that I wouldn't be in Euclid.
Yeah, I had almost the same experience. I knew it would do it, and I was right there, and I even looked it up in the wiki, and I did it anyway like an idiot. I accidentally hit the button.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's classic me. So, that's how I was in Essen Time for a long time. But it was on my GOG version of the game. Yeah, so
maybe it'll be like changing your player name on PS4 or Xbox. They'll give you one ticket to go to any galaxy number you want. Just one. You can burn it one time.
Ooh, wait. Maybe if it's like the navigation cards.
Right. So if you're in Calypso and you really want to get back with all the people who are, you know, all over Euclid, maybe you can earn some type of crazy Atlas Pass version, you know, 9, 4 or 5, right? And you can use it one time only, to get you in any number galaxy you want.
That would be cool.
That'd be something.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works better than the defense chit.
Oh god, yeah. Dude, those things are worthless. This guy's getting in my way.
I know, right? Well, the good thing about that, if anybody doesn't know, is you can shoot your friendly fighters in a battle. As long as you don't shoot the actual freighter, you're good to go. You can... From what I've heard, I've never tried it.
Sorry, if you shoot your combat drone's drone, or your combat frigate's drone, you're going to have sentinels and drones on you.
So that was a lie? Alright. Yeah. I've never tried it.
Hashtag no man's lie.
Someone told you to shoot
No, don't get that started.
Someone told you to shoot the station and it'll be fine.
Maybe, maybe someone's trying to get you hurt, Eric. Or Eric.
What's that?
I said maybe someone was trying to get you hurt.
It was just a random thing that I read on Reddit.
No.
And
gotta source that info, man. Gotta source.
Yeah, by the way, I just want to stress again that we do love the moderators at Reddit.
Yes, we do.
So I don't want you guys to feel
bad. Reddit moderators are like Greek and Roman god level individuals that roam this planet and save mortals from otherwise unnecessary hardships. Okay,
they have the worst job in the world, and
I wouldn't want to do it.
No, absolutely not. It's and you know what? I'm gonna give them praise right now because of all the crap I've been talking about every once in a while, but their ability to program in that you can filter out memes is my favorite thing in the world. I love you guys for doing that if you're out there listening. Because I shouldn't talk anymore. We should move on. So, alright. So, let's get to the big thing. Do you guys think black holes are going to change?
No.
That is big.
No.
I actually don't think they will.
I don't either.
I'm gonna go right through one very bravely, expecting to show up exactly where my coordinates say I'll be.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting to. Yeah, they haven't mentioned anything about it. And like you said earlier, KJ, they haven't mentioned wormholes, black holes, nothing.
No.
But at the same time, when they changed the roulette function, they never mentioned it either.
There's no real reason they would need to change a lot of the things they built in order to expand on them in the ways they're talking about so far. Like the Nexus, it could very well be just like portals, except even intergalactic maybe. And the black holes don't need to change. Like nothing that they've talked about doing seems like the black holes would need to change the way they work.
I only have one remaining theory as to why they may change. Okay.
So the chopper hat there.
Okay.
Eric. Oh, he sees.
He's yeah.
Yeah. Well, Husker is let's see, redoing his mic. By the way, Mike, if you have any clue as to why his mic keeps helicoptering like that, it's been a problem for a few days now.
No, I've never heard any of them anything like that. That just happens to his mic periodically.
Yeah.
And he just unplugs it.
Yeah, every once in a while I just go underwater, then I pop right back up. It's driving me insane, but I'm gonna get it fixed.
I didn't actually realize until that time that when you guys were saying to the chopper, it was actually a signal to him that was happening. I thought you were just joking around. I get it now.
Oh yeah.
You know, Husker, I think I have a theory for you, and you said it right there. Did you pour beer on your mic?
No, I didn't. But I only have.
Is it a USB mic?
It's a yeah, it is. So.
Do you have a lot of other USB stuff plugged in?
I do, but I'm gonna change that.
It may be kind of a USB overload kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it.
I likened it to beat frequency interference.
But
frequencies that cancel each other up.
Thanks, Insurgent15, for the follow as well. We appreciate you, buddy. Here's my one theory as to why black hole exit points could change in Beyond. We know for a fact that the black hole ring is like a spiraling drain that goes slowly but methodically toward the core, right?
Yeah.
We know that no matter where you are in the galaxy, when you take a black hole, you're literally going to be forced within a known range of y coordinates that we actually have discovered what that range is. We can tell you with 100% certainty that when you take a black hole, you're going to end up within a certain range on the y-axis.
Hey
That's
guys,
from any height? That's from any height?
From any height.
Higher or...
We got a couple new friends coming in, guys.
Roger that.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Sure. So I'll finish my theory while he's doing that. So if we know for a fact that black holes are bringing you within a certain guaranteed range on the y-axis, then what that means is it is virtually right now impossible, or it's very, 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 very difficult. No, it's actually impossible to reach a destination or civilization that is outside of the black hole ring. And there are plenty of spots outside of the black hole ring. Okay, so the question begs, or the question that I have in my head is, if they want to connect players together, if they want to follow the spirit of that phrase, which we've heard a lot, are they really talking about the Nexus, or are they talking about changing black holes again so that they take you, or can take you, both inside and outside of the black hole ring? Because, as we also know, there are 4.2 billion regions per galaxy, and each region has a black hole. They could take 2.1 billion black holes and point them toward the core, and then take the other 2.1 billion black holes and point them outward.
Wait.
Right.
Billions and billions.
So that half the black holes take you toward the core, and then the other half of the black holes take you away from the core.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay.
So guys, we have the mighty Sword with us.
Woo!
Hey, Sword.
Yo, Sword.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, Sword?
You know what's going on, Sword, and it's not good.
What's up, KJ?
Thanks, KJ. I'm glad we invited you.
Kate.
Speculation Nation.
Oh, yeah.
And in addition, oh, where'd he go?
Yeah, I don't know. He's back in the green room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in his
He's got a
car.
mic problem.
Yeah, he's in his car, so he's having
driving at the
issues.
moment.
So, but I'm gonna try and grab Panda again.
Okay.
Hey,
cool.
How's
Panda.
everybody doing tonight?
Good, man.
Doing well.
We're doing great. We're just having like a little celebration saying, on one hand, we're saying so long to next. And on the other hand, we're kind of talking about open space and what's going to happen with portals and the Nexus and long distance travel and all the other stuff that pertains to meeting up in No Man's Sky and going a long way.
And of course, it's my anniversary, so, you know.
Oh, that's right.
KJ.
And what is that anniversary exactly?
It is 1 year. 1 year today that I started playing No Man's Sky. By this time, right now, I had been playing No Man's Sky for about 9 hours.
So what do you
That's awesome.
35,000?
3385.
Nice. I'm gonna tell you guys. I just want to say, anybody that is on the fence about VR, do it. Do it right now.
You loving it?
God. Yes, I wouldn't want to try VR until Beyond, and I got my Oculus set up, went through like the little Oculus help you get started trial.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I had everybody in the house and they're trying on the headset.
That's great.
All right, so only have one question, Sword. When are you and I going to get together and play some ping pong?
Oh, there you
I
go.
know. Oh man, I about knocked my monitor off the stand. Oh my goodness.
You gotta set up your Guardian so you don't do that.
The Guardians, if you move out of the area, it doesn't mean your reach. I done beat my mic up. I'm dangerous in VR.
Yeah, I had a couple of clang moments when I first started playing ping pong. But just like you, man, I fired up my Oculus Rift VR headset at this point about a month ago. Everything was going great. I downloaded that game 11, which is the ping pong game, and I just jumped in randomly, and this 15-year-old Canadian kid came online, and he just worked me from left to right all over my office. Like I said, I had a couple of clang moments where I'm hitting my microphone stand and my light and my keyboard and stuff, but yeah, we're best friends now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I gotta play with my settings. Somehow or another, when I downloaded the Oculus software onto my PC, it defaulted all the Oculus stuff to the PC defaults. So I gotta play around with some settings to figure out how to get my microphone back up and my headset back on.
Yeah, that happens.
It's a process. It tries to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all do that.
Hey, Panda.
Hey there.
Hey, Panda, how's it going, man?
Going pretty good. Sorry if I sound like a Corvax.
No, you sound like a fighter pilot.
There you go. That works.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm driving, so you're probably hearing a lot of reverb and stuff.
Road noise.
You guys say something like High Fighter 2.
Man, Husker, you get killed, dude.
Yeah, man, I'm getting eaten alive.
Them little crabs, dude.
Look out.
I think that's it. I think he's gone now. He's dead,
Stay
Jim.
on target, gold leader.
Stay on target.
Good one, Panda.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Panda, I'm going to have everyone be quiet. I'm going to kill the music. Can you say that one more time so I can sample it, please?
Stay on target, gold leader.
That's getting sampled. Thank you so much, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. So we also have another friend here. We got Havoc.
Awesome job on your first stream. Is this the first stream, or is this the or first one that passed the test streams?
This is the first one out of the gate, man.
Awesome sauce, man.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
079, everyone.
Yeah, that's going to be our new call sign for when people do great stuff for us. We're going to give them the 079, because 79 are the last 2 digits in black hole coordinates.
There
Nice.
we go.
Yeah, until Wednesday, that is. We have no idea.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
never
it
know.
won't
You
change.
never know.
What if they change the highway name? Oh no.
So, Panda, I
What
don't
if
know
it's
if you
like Highway 62 or something? It sounds awful.
Hey, Havoc.
How's it
Hey,
going?
how's it going, Havoc?
Hey, it's going good, man. Just love this game.
I hear you. So, Panda, if you can hear me okay, I wanted to get your thoughts, especially because you had some really good, I thought, ideas about your expectations or your speculation on what Hello Games was going to do for space. Based on the videos and the interviews that have been published, now that the embargo has been lifted, have you changed your expectations at all?
Yes, my expectations have completely changed regarding what they've done with space. Yeah.
What are you looking for the most? Like, are you looking for changes to the galactic map? Are you looking the most forward to that, or do you think, or is there something else on your Christmas list, if you will, that you're thinking will show up?
Well, what I was really hoping for, because they've never really touched space. They've not really done anything with it other than, a couple of changes with the appearance of the galactic map and conflict zones and things like that. So I was hoping that in this update that they would sort of expand how you can traverse space and the way that you navigate and things like that to kind of, make it feel more open as opposed to feeling like a level. Based on what I saw in the trailer, I don't think that they've really done much. They might have made some adjustments to the galactic map and stuff like that, but I was really hoping for planetary rotations, the star being a physical object in space, stuff like that. But what I've heard so far in terms of what will be in the update doesn't disappoint, so I don't want to come across the wrong way. I'm very, very excited for the update. I was just hoping that this would be the update, that they would finally do something with space and the way that you traverse
dump the
space.
sky map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the galaxy map, I'm very interested in seeing what the galaxy map is going to be changed to. I'm really hoping they're going to do navigation updates. Like, even if it's just a cardinal direction sort of deal.
Well, a lot of it has been like a tease, right? So it's like when they rechanged the galactic map the first time, they added, when you select a star, they showed the actual orbital pattern of the stars and what order they're in terms of their rotational pattern around the star that you're selecting. And so I really thought that by them doing that was sort of a hint, like, hey, in the next update, like, this will actually mean something. And so that's what I was hoping for.
Okay, yeah, I feel that.
We still might get a bit of that. I mean, there's like 3 seconds of space footage. I still don't.
Yeah, if in the galactic map we could just have some type of heading system, just so that you could know what general direction you're going in, that's a little bit more nuanced or granular than those 5 or 6 connected dots from system to system in the galactic. Just anything, I almost said beyond that, but you get the pun.
Heyo.
We have computers.
I hope you're using that drum roll.
Right.
Clip.
Thank you very much.
Zed Lou in the chat says need more quests.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's
I
an
mean-
interesting idea.
There's going to be a lot more quests based on like what I've read. That you can run into NPCs on planets that give you quests. I was reading an article that said that you can craft food and deliver food to customers. So in terms of like, in terms of the
Custom
RPG
milking.
elements, they'll be there. I think that there's going to be a lot more things to do for people who want things to do other than building and stuff like that.
Right.
That'd be great.
So the question begs, if you can, when you say customers, do you mean NPC customers or player customers?
Probably both.
Yes.
Could be both. Like, I need a bunch of glass because I'm building a base. Who wants to bring some? I'll
Who wants
pay
to
this
bring
much.
some? Yeah.
Right.
The same way that people give, new, like Husker, like when I started my new game on stream, because I started late on that, because I've been playing on GOG for the past, 2.5 years. And then when I finally got my stream game on sale, Husker came in and gave me whatever item he gave me that was for, that was a high value that could be the same exact thing. He just trade stuff.
Yeah. So what that tells me is that if you can kind of make food or make items and sell them to players, that kind of gives me a breadcrumb that one of those 500 bullet points in the release notes is going to be that they have addressed duping once and for all.
Oh yeah, hopefully. I mean, they would have to, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can't create an economy if everyone starts out as an American. If you get my drift.
Yeah, I follow.
Okay. Or at least a space American, okay? We can't have a galactic economy if everyone starts out as a space American and can take advantage of dupe glitches to create these vast quantities to sell stuff to players who don't know or are unaware of the duping exploits.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of hope, but I do hope that they have tried one more time to fix the large refiner. And I know that they know that duping is there because they've been in that large refiner 5 times since I started playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it seems a little bit like, I don't care what you do to yourself, but you are cheating yourself by not doing the work. And it's, you come in and you say, oh, I've done all of this and there's nothing else to do. And you've only been playing for 60 hours. No, you haven't done it all.
Exactly.
You have not farmed those stasis
People
devices.
have been saying that since day one. Oh,
Yeah,
I've seen everything.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
I
here's
still get surprised by stuff I find on plans. To this day, I've been playing for 3 years. It's out there. There's crazy stuff out there, and people.
Exactly.
A lot of those dissenters, they're not playing enough. But as far as like the duping is concerned, I think that if you're duping, let's say you're a builder and you're wanting to build something for your hub or your community, and you're wanting to dupe resources and things like that, I'm not necessarily against that, especially for veteran players that could otherwise do it, but they're just trying to whip something up together real quick instead of doing it in creative mode.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but yeah. Sean Murray did say, I think in the IGN interview, that he was aware that there were some problems and stuff from Next that haven't been fixed yet, and that as part of this 2.0 thing, that he was hoping to address all of those concerns as well and fix all of those things, because yeah, it is a problem. There's so many glitches still left over in the game unresolved.
I think that's a big reason why they decided to put them all into one expansion instead of the 3 separate smaller expansions, because they wanted to test it out, and especially considering they asked people for their saves. I think they were doing a lot of testing on that. Another big thing, and this might be a pretty obvious answer, but what do you guys think about mods, especially considering we have our own couple of mods, especially Rehab's mod.
Hire Ray Rod. Give Ray Rod a job, Hello Games. Put him on the team.
Seriously.
We won't need
Holy
mods
cow.
if Ray Rod's working there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Pretty much.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
hope everyone knows that you need to shut down those mods before Wednesday morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good reminder.
yeah, thank
What
you.
if
Yeah.
all of Hello Games were NPCs and Ray Rod is Hello Games the whole time?
Oh god.
Ray Rod's the Atlas. It's Ray Atlas.
Prove it wrong. If you can't prove it wrong, it could be right.
Prove me wrong.
That's real science.
It is, yeah.
I was
The
telling the guys last week or just yesterday, I feel like I'm prepping for a hurricane with all the resources that I'm gathering up, making sure all my affairs are in order, lining up all my supplies, boarding up my bases, camping out on the space station, Tuesday night.
Oh, you're getting on the chopper, buddy.
Chopper.
See, I'm on the opposite end. While he fixes his chopper flight, I have not stocked anything at all. I don't care. I think it's gonna all change, so I'm not even bothering. What do you guys doing?
I started off not caring, but I went into panic mode yesterday and just started crap everywhere.
I've locked up a few bases. I've uploaded the one that I want to keep the most.
How'd you do that?
I went in and removed the large refiner and any portable tech, and then hit the delete base button. And
Really?
it's all in my, what do you call that thing? It's all in that.
The base archive thing?
The cache,
the cache. It's all in
you
there.
went hardcore.
That is hardcore.
Because, if I need the resources, they're all in that device. And I don't want it to be a situation where every planet, every base that I teleport to, I'm teleporting into some hellish situation, like a wall.
See, I'm kind of excited because all I've been doing on my current save is building lighthouses next to portals.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my current thing right now. And I'm kind of hoping that when the change comes, they're going to be overrun with completely different terrain, and it's going to look like their old structures. So I'm not getting rid of any of them. I'm hoping that it's completely ruined, and then I'll work from there. I'm kind of excited to have the environments changed. I don't think it's going to be a complete universe reset or anything, just a terrain reset.
Set things up for future archaeologists.
Exactly, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that there will be some biome changes. I'm not sure how drastic the biome changes are going to be in terms of...
I think they'll be the same level that we had on Visions.
That's what I'm thinking as well, yeah.
You think it's going to be multiple biomes per planet?
Didn't they say that at one point?
I don't think there is.
I think they said that they were adding to the biomes.
Yeah.
More types of biomes, but not on one planet.
And more varied fauna and varied creatures on planets.
My thing with different hear me out, guys. My thing with different biomes on one planet is that runs the risk of, if there's not enough varied biomes, every planet will
be exactly
the same. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, but if you had planets could have a range between like 1 and 3 biomes on them, but they didn't necessarily have 3 all the time.
Yeah, if they keep it limited, it could work out. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, who knows what the heck they're gonna do?
Wednesday will tell.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Yeah, I wish it was coming out in 2.5 days. I think. Yeah. And man, I wish I did not have to work on Wednesday. I feel bad.
It's 34 hours.
Varied biomes sounds amazing.
KJ's getting way too detailed. I don't need to know those numbers. Please do not give me the numbers like that.
Varied biomes sound amazing, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about that person who spent dozens upon dozens of hours finding a planet they wanted to settle on, and let's say they made that decision due to the climate parameters of that planet. And
yeah,
Wednesday,
those people happen every update, though.
That's
and
true.
There is disappointment there, but that's never stopped them.
And Wednesday rolls around, and they went from a beach to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, in a foot of snow.
Xenotopia has been destroyed many times via that.
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. So that.
Well, look at somebody like S. Piper, who builds amazing builds.
Amazing bases.
Yeah, and I don't know how he does it, and he has the time to program the database for us.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
The guy's a machine, you know. And on the same note, like the dark and everything with rehab. I mean, and Restless Hermit too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we owe our existence to those three guys now. I mean, plus all the researchers. I mean, as I said at the beginning, when I thought I was on the air, but I have no idea, we owe so much to people like Xenu. I mean, we have this man right here has over 2,000 black holes of his own in the database.
A crazy machine.
10% of them.
Damn.
Intense.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot more.
That crazy. Well, I've not been black holing because of.
No, you haven't, and I'm very disappointed in you, Xenu.
Well, we've been busy, dude.
We've been having conference discussions about what we're gonna do with you to discipline you on your current performance for this quarter.
Yeah.
Xenu, where are my pears? Where are my pears? Bring me a pear.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that crazy Canadian's after my ass, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, if Hello Games really wants to expand access to the outer reaches of the galaxy, then they will scoop up a handful of black holes, say between 1 and 2 billion, and move them in the opposite direction from the core. But if that's really not a priority, and everything works the same, then Meat will be back on the menu, and we can just turn the database back on and resume normal service.
I think Meat has been confirmed to be on the menu.
I think milk is on the menu, actually.
Only milk.
Yeah, definitely. Only milk.
Milk back on the menu, boy.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, let's close this thing out because I think we have gone over all the open space and navigational and fast travel questions that I had. And like I said before, come Wednesday when I get the patch, I'm going to jump online with Xenu and literally anyone else who wants to help us out. You know, now we have space for 32 people to conduct black hole or fast travel or open space navigational research, you know, in a group. So maybe I'm putting together a test plan, obviously, for Wednesday. So literally, the first thing we're gonna do after we confirm the updates are in is to just fire up the game, hit the stream button, and explore open space together online via the stream. So if you're into that kind of thing, or you're, shall we say, otherwise located at work on Wednesday, but you can open up your phone or a small browser tab and check out some people doing some open space navigational testing. Feel free to join us on Wednesday. Like I said, just keep an eye on our Twitter feed, which is NMS BLK blackholesuns.com. All the links are in YouTube and on our website. Just go to blackholesuns.com for all of our links. Just keep an eye on our Twitter feed or something, and I'll let you know when we go on. And we'll just, like I said, we're going to leave the botany and the cooking and the other 490 aspects of the game to the pros, like Sword, KJPC Gaming, Gaming Mike, Hidden Panda, Smurf, and all the other folks who are out there in the YouTube, in the No Man's Sky streaming community. But we're going to concentrate on open space. So if you want to come along for the ride, we really appreciate you. We appreciate everyone who has come on the stream tonight. KJ, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a great anniversary for me.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you, KJ. Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Xenu. Thank you, Havoc. Thank you, Sword, for coming on, too. And everybody. I mean, really, just everybody. Throw up that thank you card.
Oh, yeah, quick reminder to everybody watching on Gaming Mike's channel, blackholesuns.com has the links to all of their channels. You can go follow on Twitch, Mixer. You can subscribe on YouTube. Stay updated with these guys as the update rolls out. They're going to be all over it with the fast travel. You're going to want to watch what they've got for sure. So if you haven't yet, blackholesuns.com will get you all the links, all the info, and the Discord too. The Discord, all that stuff. It's in there.
And don't let Mike, when Mike says they, don't let him fool you. He's part of our team.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to sound like I'm talking about myself.
Well, you are though, 'cause you are a very
would you?
integral part. I just
No,
want
you
to
know
point
what?
that out
It's
for
been
people
a
that
it's
don't
been
know.
a great ride with you guys. We've the way that this project has shaped up and just exploded over the last when did we start? Like December, November? Something
December.
like that?
last year.
Yeah.
December.
It's been crazy.
December was
Did
the
you have-
first time I sent out that Reddit post. I know how much Eric loves Reddit, but yeah, I put out a Reddit post saying, "Hey, we need to write this stuff down,
We need to Write
guys.
this down. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
write this down."
And for the record, I just happened to be online at the time. It was pretty late at night. I think it was like 11 o'clock or 12 or something. And I said, you know what? I want to play with the spreadsheets. And I sent him. I was like, hey, how about this? And he was like, all right, let's do it. And then now we're streaming with
There
We
you
all
go.
get that urge now and then.
There you go.
Spreadsheets and all.
yeah, with more than 20,000
Black holes,
entries. Yeah, it's insane. It's been an awesome ride, and everybody has been so cool in the community and helping us out and rooting for us and contributing, and we just love you all.
Yep. Pawn Stream, thanks for following us online as well. Yeah, Havoc, I meant to ask you, what are you going to test first when you get your patch or when you get the upgrade? What's
Yeah,
the
I'm
first
just gonna
thing?
restart. I'm just gonna restart my game and start fresh, man. I don't have VR yet, but I plan on getting the Rift.
Ooh, you're going to hard path.
Permadeath for a while, man. I've been liking it. I like the struggle.
That's
Wow.
cool.
So you're
Nothing
gonna
wrong with that.
Brand new permadeath save from scratch.
Yeah, I've got one right now. I'm like 60 hours, but I had a first couple, man. I just had a hard time, man. Just trying to struggle when I had a shitty ass planet. You know, of course, you're gonna get that, but
Right.
yeah, I learned. You know,
They're
I
all
learned
shitty.
my
I
lessons.
That's true.
It's
Oh,
awesome. I love the game.
I wish
It's
I
I
don't-
your it's your
If I
first
don't
wife.
start on a gamma planet, I shut it down and start over. I want
Really?
uranium now.
Why gamma?
Because as soon as you can scan the rocks, you have launch fuel.
That's a good point.
That's smart.
That's why
Alright.
KJ is the pro.
Yeah, I'm not the
Okay.
pro. I just
That's
started when
why
next started.
I bookmarked her video, not the other way around. See?
Oh,
Been waiting for
Yeah,
a game like this all my
It's
life.
not. She's not KJ PC personal computer gaming. It's KJ Pro.
Oh. I'm going to change my thing now.
KJ Pro Champion Gaming.
Oh, that's
Exactly. Yep. There you
There
go.
Happy anniversary, by the way, again.
Thank you. The first,
Happy anniversary,
the
we
first
renamed you.
tutorial for permadeath will be available probably Monday morning.
I think you just upgraded.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nice. So yeah, we're gonna put this to bed, but before we do, again, if we haven't done it justice, we really do want to say thank you to everyone who came on tonight. Gaming Mike, thank you so much, sir. Seriously, you are day one OG.
Hey,
Yeah.
OG.
Absolutely.
Thank you, KJ. Thank you, Havoc. Thank you, Panda. Thanks, Xenu, man. You're a legend.
Hey,
I'll be
and
checking you guys
like
out
I
a lot
said,
more often.
check this space. We're going to literally, pardon the pun, we're going to post tutorial videos, and we're going to post some live streams when we're experimenting in open space in No Man's Sky. And we have one job, and that's going to be it. So thanks to everyone who came along for the ride. Thanks, Funny Imps, Insurgent, Richard
Thank you,
Huntington, Ivy Mike, Skrill, everyone who came along for this first initial ride. This has been a blast. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Wednesday. Xenu and I and anyone else who wants to join us, just hop on in. Let's communicate and coordinate via Discord. Let's jump in open space and see what's what. All right, everybody. With that, we'll see you tomorrow and Wednesday.
Safe travels.
079.
see you guys.
079.
079.
079s, baby.
079. 079er.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go watch Gaming Mike.
Husker, I just muted you just in case because the stream's going.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. That was so much fun. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
This is just like kind of the beginning
That was
of
a
being
blast.
able to have another window into what black holes can tell us about
disregarding
our laws and physics. But already we've learned so much. So we didn't know.
I didn't tell you this, but I was
if we had a black hole,
you didn't need a laugh track.
We didn't know we were going to get that ring of light, and that's what
I
we
hope
were testing.
I couldn't
We could have
hear
gotten just a blob, and so
laugh track
seeing
if
that ring and seeing
we
a
have
ring
a
that has a size and
with
is
a laugh track.
consistent with other measurements that can
I have
be
to go
done
back.
completely differently. I think that in itself is amazing and much stronger proof for black holes than so many other tests that have been done before. It's the first time we actually can see the environment right next to a black hole, the environment of a black hole. And so that in itself, I think just being able to see that ring of light, being able to see that that ring exists is huge. Probably the biggest thing that we've done. So I'm really excited for the future of this, of developing the techniques necessary to expand our array, to expand our algorithms, to get a sharper picture and learn more.